Yeah.
I'm ready to.
We're gonna do it like.
We going live?
Oh.
We are live?
Yeah.
Is we live?
Yeah. We gonna do it like.
Are we live?
Oh.
Is we live?
Yeah.
I think
Come
we're
on.
live.
I said we do it like I said what?
We're live,
and don't
y'all.
stop
I think
like
we're
it.
live,
What?
y'all.
Oh, and keep it going.
We
All
inspired y'all.
Late LK at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing that street geek and nerd. So what is up, my people? Today we got another wonderful episode of Beats Bob's Life. Usually he got an album, I got an album. We bring it together on some hip hop and geek. But today, yes, got a special one for you. So before we get started, to my left, an esteemed colleague, a master producer. You know what I'm saying? Beatman extraordinaire, Arckatron.
What's happening, y'all? What's going on, YouTube world? Yeah. What's going on, IG world? We got like 5 people over there. We got like 20 people over there. Everybody everywhere.
Everybody.
What's going on, y'all?
Everybody get it.
How y'all doing? And yeah, what's your name over here? What's your name?
Right here, it's NERDSoul. You can see on this shirt. That's right. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Holla at your boy. We bring hip hop geek, put it together, have a good time. So today is a special review of another documentary we did of Mike Semin.
Yeah,
we talked about the Woo and a Woo for You.
Woo for you.
But today we're talking about Shangri-La. It is the documentary basically on not only the place, but also Rick Rubin.
Yeah.
And the way he sees music, the way he inspires artists, the way he works through his production. And before we get started, what's your initial thoughts on it after watching it? It's 4 episodes or 4 installments. How you feel about it?
Fire. That's how I feel. One word. Fire. It's really good. What'd you think about it? What do you think about it? What's your
inspirational?
Yes.
Inspirational and just interesting. I'll take a swig on the interesting.
Shout out to UPenn.
Shout out, UPenn in the house.
Upward Bound.
Upward Bound, you know what I'm saying?
Sheena, what's going on?
Get your school on.
Because she watches the show.
She watches the show.
What's going on?
We got Efren Guzman in our house. What up? What up? Nice to see you. So also big shout out to, of course, the Atomic Podcast. Efren Guzman can hook you up there. Tons of cool interviews. But inspirational is what I would call it. Inspirational. Okay. And we're going to be talking about this as if you've seen it. I want to get started with just talking about the place and its history, I guess you could say.
Okay.
And mythology to a certain degree, because there's a lot of legend about. But
also,
Shangri-La.
there's also a lot of legend about Rick Rubin too. Like
True,
it goes hand in hand, really. Like it's not. I don't think it's ironic that or coincidental that he's also that's like his studio he runs. So it's kind of it's not coincidental. It's kind of a match made in heaven.
Yeah, and I love all of the stories that they tell about the place. I love the kind of like the history that's there.
Yeah,
because he got it in the late 70s, I believe.
Who?
Rick Rubin.
No. He was a Def Jam, man.
Remember? Oh yeah, sorry.
In the 80s, man.
Sorry. He talked about starting to produce in the late 70s.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Like,
but this place has seen tons of artists.
Yeah. Before he got it, there was a lot of artists coming to Elvis.
Yeah.
A bunch of artists came.
Well, yeah, Elvis came before. I'm trying to think. Chuck Berry, right?
Chuck Berry was there. There's a bunch of artists that came through there and recorded there.
Yeah. It's almost like, I guess you could say kind of like a Electric Lady Studio.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah, kind of like that kind of vibe.
It has a historical history where a lot of great artists have come through there. There's a certain zen or feng shui to the place where it's like it makes sense that this is a perfect place to create and be free and like just be free of all the stuff outside of this building. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And they do a good job of making people feel that. Like when you come in, it's like, the white walls and the floor is painted white. Like they do.
Yeah.
After each studio,
there's no paintings, no artwork.
Yeah, no artwork and nothing.
Kind of like my place. No paintings, no artwork here either.
No paintings, no artwork.
I'm not saying that's where I got the idea from. I'm just saying somebody got the idea from me. I'm just saying.
Yeah. And like after each artist, they paint the floors. Yeah. They remove the furniture. They burn sage. Like they seriously go through
incense burning all day.
The energy and the spirituality of music.
Yeah.
And I think it means a lot to the place. I think it means a lot to him. And I think by proxy, it means a lot to the people that enter. Even if this artist might be a certain way, knowing where they're going, I think they shed a lot of thoughts or mannerisms or like actions that they would normally do at a studio, anywhere around the US.
Yeah.
But here they kind of let that go and maybe are freer, or maybe able to go a little deeper.
Yeah.
And that's something that I enjoyed about it.
But I think it's like the combination of the two, of Rick Rubin and like how his mindset is now. And that also adds to the mythology too, and also adds to like this kind of like, in like football. This is an analogy I'm using, y'all. Football, they have like the quarterback coach is like, oh, he's the quarterback whisperer. Like Rick Rubin is like is an art whisperer, not just music, but also like magic with David Blaine and some other people.
Comedy with Gerard
Carmichael. So it's more than just art artists. Mainly it's probably artists, but then it's also just people who just art in general. Any kind of art that you're doing, you want to go to this place and be free of all the stuff you have around you. It just
and it allows you to gain perspective, right? And
it just has that vibe to it. It just seems like that's what has a vibe about it.
Yeah. So one thing, I guess we're gonna like go in and out of different things, but I want to talk about how he handles, or maybe handles is not in a negative way, but how he handles artists or how he handles his engagement with artists. There's a lot of people in here that talk about how Rick Rubin is able to get something out of them that no one else does, or that they never knew was there or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's a very interesting way that he approaches even stuff that he doesn't like. It's a very nurturing kind of approach.
Yeah, it's more of like instead of like, all right, let's do the music. It's more like, how are you doing?
Yeah.
Let's get on the level of like, okay, what's bothering you, or maybe like just like, what inspires you?
Yeah.
What's the first thing you used to, what made you want to do music? What music were you growing up with? Like more of just like questions that are outside of just like, okay, what's this record about?
It's more sit down, let's do the song.
It's more about like, it's less business, way more personal.
Yeah, way more personal and very spiritual. Yeah. In a good way. Not in a pretentious, hokey way.
Yeah.
Because in the first installment, let's say the first 30 minutes or so, I was like, come on, man, this dude is on like some hippy dippy stuff. Ain't nobody trying to hear this. And the more you watch, the more you're like, no, this guy is for real. This isn't like, he's not selling you on anything.
No.
This is him. Even when he talks about the connection to being barefoot and connecting with the earth and the energies and the vibrations, and even when they put the nodules around the studio, like just small things that normally would come off as very like, oh yeah, you're saying that because you're rich and whatever. And I mean, maybe being rich probably does give you the ability to say that, but I don't think he's saying it because he's rich. You know what I'm saying?
Because the reason why he talked about this when he was with starting a whole Def Jam in like in 82 or 83, started Def Jam in his dorm room at NYU. But then like as the years goes on, you can see him like he was like, I was in this before people were like making money off of this. I did this because it was a love and everything, and
he enjoyed.
And everyone after that was just copying what we were doing because they were just in it for the money and for what it can do for them or whatever. So he just went left. He left. He went back to his roots about the rock. So he started working with Red Hot Chili Peppers and artists like that. But then also weaving in like the Johnny Cashes and then like other kind of artists that are just like something you wouldn't think, what Rick Rubin's sound would be. You wouldn't even. He doesn't have a sound anymore. It's like he just produces whatever he produces.
Yeah. And
this is a good moment here. Sorry, we're having it running in the background.
Yeah,
where he's talking about the guy's talking about the Sunrise album where it says hip hop.
Yeah,
in what 1960 something he said hip hop.
Yeah, his hip hop
breakdown on his album, and I think it's the first time hip hop has been spoken. The word hip hop,
and it was like way ahead of his time, like way.
Sunrise, y'all need to check Sunrise too. Another genius, as Count Blackula said, is Rick Rubin's genius. Yeah. Sunrise, another genius, kind of ahead of his time. way ahead of his
way
time.
ahead of his time. Yeah,
way ahead of his time.
Definitely way ahead of his time. I love the interactions. Specifically, I'll go in and call out Scissors. I like Scissors' interaction.
Yeah.
Where he brings her in to like meditate. Like it isn't a situation where he's like, all right, check it, I got this beat for you. I love you over this track. He like brings you in and he's like, every person he handles differently. You didn't see him and Lil Yachty meditating, but they were talking about different things. And I'll talk about Yachty in a second.
And then Tyler too. Also, Tyler had a more of a almost an interview type of situation. And I like how he said he even thought it was kind of like hokey at first, but then he was like, well, half of him was like, yeah, F that. And the other half was like, yeah, maybe he's not. It's kind of cool.
Maybe he's on to something.
Yeah. You know? So, but I think with that Tyler's meeting, that was his first time meeting him. There might be more meetings, and then probably eventually music. So like Mac probably has been up there. Mac Miller, that is, probably been up there a couple times before they started actually doing music. Just to meet with the dude, like, who is this guy? This mythical dude up in Malibu with his Shangri-La, secrecy or whatever.
It's an all-white building, and all white,
and all the artists have come through there. Most of the artists are coming in and heard like all these people have come through here. There's got to be a reason why people are coming up here. You know? Yeah. So
and it's very. It seems like his interactions are always fulfilling. He's of course he's at a level where he doesn't really need to. Because, you know, I'm about to say he's not a kind of take person. Now, Now, of course, he's at the level where he doesn't need to take, but he could if he wanted to, and he doesn't. He gives a lot to artists on a spiritual level. And I'll keep talking about spiritual because, you know, of course, we throw a lot of music away all the time. And we forget that there's a large component of music that is spiritual. It connects with us on a deeper level than just like, oh, I like that. That's a nice beat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It connects to us on a subconscious, on a deeper level, and in many ways that we don't really focus on all the time.
Vibrations.
Yeah. And
very important.
And he is definitely chasing that wave. And he's always looking towards that direction. Yeah. Which I think helps him to help them unlock things that they didn't think they would be able to.
Yeah, it's like a another analogy. It's like if you're playing a game, you got this character, and then like you do this special thing, and it unlocks some awakened ability. Yeah. That's what it's like. Like it's like he's awakening. They already have the ability. He's just awakening this extra part that they didn't really know they had in him. Yeah, and it's like, to tap into that, you really have to know people. You have to be kind of you have to know
people person.
Not even be a people person. You got to kind of know the psyche of an artist.
All right.
And he is an artist himself, so he knows that psyche. Okay. He may not be he might be a perfect piano player or a perfect guitar player, but he knows the artist. Yeah. So his approach is very hands-on, depending on the person, depending on what he feels they probably need or what he needs. Just the way the conversation goes. The conversations he has with them are very special conversations that each person is very unique,
specific. Yeah.
Very unique conversation with these people. And it's like these conversations can spark music. And I like that approach because I like to take that approach when I first meet people. We're not making music the first time. It's usually we're talking. I need to know who you are. I need to know your background. I need to know everything. Just to kind of get an idea of like, okay, where we can go with it, you know?
And to talk on a personal level, I've made 2 songs recently. We're working on finishing 2 songs.
Yeah, but
and there was a time when I was recording with you about a month ago, I guess.
It was about a month and a half ago.
About a month and a half ago, I would keep asking you, do you like this? Is this something not because I need his validation, but more of I want to fit into the music. You know, I want to ride the groove, be in step with I don't want to fight against the music. And I think Rick Rubin does something very similar. So, and I know like, it's probably weird because I'm like, how do you think? Do you like it? Listen to it back. And I know it seems weird, but what I'm basically trying to say is, am I gelling with this? Like when you made this, did you imagine someone sounding like this on it? You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of thing. And I think he does a good job of finding the way people can comfortably like move with the music. And of course course, you have great outcomes when you see that happen. Which is, I think, what a lot of musicians and artists in general, because this is a documentary that you can put to artistry, like we said, he was talking to comedians and stuff like that.
Yeah, comedians.
Is
Magic,
finding
Blaine.
that comfort, that zen, that that mode that works for you, and then being able to apply it. Yeah. It's very, very Phil Jackson-y.
Okay, yeah, I would say that. Yeah, definitely, because every time Phil Jackson,
very Phil Jackson.
Phil, who came first? Is the question. Around the same time.
Actually, Rick.
Around the same time.
Yeah,
the Bulls busting that
Phil was
late 80s. Well, I'm talking. Well, yeah, he was playing in the 70s.
Yeah, so Phil's
older.
Yeah, Phil is thinking like older than Rick Rubin.
10 or 15 years he's older.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's a very zen vibe.
Zen approach, because the zen approach is not like we're gonna treat everyone the same way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna approach every artist the same way because it's my way or the highway. It's more like, you're included in the discussion. Yeah. You're included. You're more of the producer than we're producing this together.
Yeah.
It's not just I'm the producer, you're the artist. Leave me alone.
Get out of here.
You go back in the booth.
I know what I'm doing. You don't know nothing.
Do the song the way I said it. Don't sing like this. Sing it like how I say it. It's more of a less controlling version of a producer.
And he's willing to allow discovery. Like, so, and what I mean by discovery is, say this song was meant to be sung in, I don't know, C or something like that. And say you go off on a riff that's like in G. Instead of being like, no, that's not how we, what I'm saying? He'll be like, no, finish your thought.
Yeah,
let it go. Finish your thought and let's see.
Yeah, because there's one guy, Frankie and the Lights, I think it's called.
Yeah.
The one Frankie and the Lights, he was playing the Rhodes and singing. And he was like, I try that in like one key higher.
Yeah.
And because I kind of see what he was seeing, because when he would sing the part, his voice kind of cracked a little bit. He was like, yeah, what if we go up a little more, see if his voice cracked a little more? Because the word he was cracking on was hurt. So every time he would say it, you can feel the hurt even when he's singing it. So it's like that approach is more like,
and I really like this. This also put me on some artists that normally I would not listen to.
No.
I really like that song. And I mean, I haven't heard the end. All I heard was like the studio session. But I really liked it. I was like, wow. And then there's another group, the Brothers. I cannot remember their name. It's the Brothers that are together. They have a line where I'm in the house trying to pretend like Sunday is still sacred. Like that there's a song where they talk, and I was just like, wow. Daniel Caesar is another one where Daniel Caesar is another one where I've seen his name. I may have heard one song, but I kind of didn't really tune into him. But after this session, I'm ready to go back and check out what he has.
But he also has this dude, Money Mark, who comes in with all this instruments and stuff. Yeah. But the one thing that tripped me up was that he had an actual piano roll. Now, I didn't know. I kind of knew about it, but I didn't really put it all together until I saw this. A piano roll is actually a roll with MIDI, it's like MIDI information. If you can call it, people who do music, it's like old school MIDI information where it would come in and it will turn and it will play the notes.
Yeah. Imagine kind of like a
piano roll,
like a music box. Like imagine how a music box.
A music box, but the music box will have a small piano roll. But this is like an actual piano roll. And he puts it in this machine and it rolls the MIDI information. Now the craziest part is that Rick Rubin had some of his hit songs, so because he felt that'd be another way to preserve his music as a piano roll. So he has 99 Problems as a piano roll.
That was funny.
Mind blown.
Yeah.
Like, so, excuse me? Are you serious?
With that, I want to jump off and go into the library.
Yes.
Which I think is an interesting part of this documentary is just how zen this place is. And to have a library, maybe not in the center of it, but to have a library there that just, and it's not filled with like, music books and like this is how you make music or something. It's more about like, this is the spirit. This is like vibrations. This is sound. This is it's nothing in the
study.
Like,
it's a real. It's like people say I'm going to the study. Like it's a library of things and studies and works and history. A lot of history of just world history. Not even just all music history. It's like all kinds of history and all kinds of ideas that people had over the years. That that's kind of culled into this one place, and it's like a sacred space. Like a very sacred space. Where you're going to be using the words like sacred, spiritual, and these kind of things because it feels that way. Just even watching documentary, we've never been there. I would like to go.
But it does a good job of making you feel that kind of comfort, maybe like very comfortable and relaxed to be yourself, not the yourself that the magazine wants you to be, or the TV or Instagram or whatever, but the yourself that you are when it's just like you and maybe like your closest friend.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And it's beautiful. Now that this moment is up, I did want to talk about this. Lil Yachty, who, I mean, it's no secret I'm not a huge fan of, but he talked about he has other people that are very hip hop savvy, and he was born in '97, and he wasn't really interested in, you know, earlier hip hop music or whatever like that.
Yeah.
You know, saying that he didn't want to copy or anything like that.
Yeah, he's just saying it right now, actually.
He was saying right now, you know, and the thing that kind of nagged me about that statement was not that, I mean, I'm not a fan of Lil Yachty's music, but my thing is you shouldn't know hip hop history just because it's like, you got to know your elders, but you have to know hip hop history because you have to know history. Hip hop history isn't just the music. Hip hop history is also the deals that have come before, the labels, the beefs, so many things that you can learn in, like, oh, look at what happened in his career. I can learn from that, or her career. It's more than just like, I know these songs. Like, hip hop history is also the kings, the queens, the snakes in the grass. Unfortunately, there's a lot that can be learned because, of course, if you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it. So, you know, all these bad deals can come right back around if you don't know your history. If you don't reach out to earlier. I
slightly disagree.
Okay. So
I understand. I agree with part of the business part.
Yeah, because it's not always about the music per se, but more about just having perspective, I guess.
But the thing is, who says he doesn't know that? You can get that without knowing the history of the music industry.
Okay, all right.
You can get that information without knowing. It's just kind of just business.
Because kind of like for instance, like I said, I don't like Lil Yachty's music, but I listened to it so that I would know, instead of, because I have seen people that be like, I don't like that. Be like, well, have you heard it? Be like, no, but I know I don't like. Then you don't know you don't like it. You're just guessing. You know, that at least listen to. So, you know, it's kind of like the same thing I'm putting on him.
It's with me, I deal with everything with energy and vibration. Okay, if I'm looking at someone, I'm not liking their vibration energy, I most likely will not like their music most of the time. Like, it's not. Yeah, but that's how I look at things. Most people look at things in a different kind of way, where they want to be, they're intrigued to see what it sounds like. Me, I'm like, I'm good. I can spend my time listening to music. I know, not saying I know I'm gonna like, but like that. I don't know. It's just weird. I'm weird like that.
But you kind of missed that pleasant surprise. Like, okay, you guys know that we reviewed.
Somebody's gonna tell me. Somebody's gonna. The thing with me with music, it's always gonna be like, as long as I'm live. It's always gonna be there. So there's no rush to listen to something.
Not saying really.
So I'll get to it when I get to it. When his vibrations fit me, I'll listen to it.
Yeah,
and I'll go. But
I don't think I'm saying like rush to listen to.
But I'm a historical dude, so I'll go back to listen to old stuff. I'm not kind of. If I like anything you do at any point of your career, I will go back to listen to your old stuff. I'm that kind of person. Most people aren't like that. They'll go start there and keep forward. I'm more person that go and listen to the whole totality, and then that might make the old stuff more clearer to me now.
All right,
because I'm tuned into the frequency.
Because a good example is
like a radio.
Big Crit. We reviewed Big Crit, and you know I love that album.
Yeah.
But by looking at him, I was like, I don't know, man. This look like it's gonna be some yin yang mess. Just by looking at him.
I didn't even know what it looked like. So I just heard the music. People kept talking about.
When I listened to it,
would you see him at?
I saw some like Google images or album photos or whatever, and I was like, I don't know, man. He looked like one of them trap boys. I don't know if I'm gonna like this. And I listened to it, and I was like, I was kind of pleasantly surprised.
I was talking about like if you see a video of them or something. You talking about images?
Yeah,
I don't do nothing off no images. I don't care. And the thing is, I'm more like Radio Kill the video star, Radio Kill the star or whatever it was.
All right,
I don't need to see what you look like. I don't even care what you look like. I don't care if you white, black, green, purple, yellow like the Simpsons. I don't care what you look like.
Well, you know, I checked before because you know I wanted to see that energy because my brother had mentioned Big Crit to me before, and I saw him. I was like, man, I don't know if that's really for me. You know what I'm saying? And then when we had to review the album, I was like, wow, I've been sleeping. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you get that. But with Lil Yachty, I don't know. But with that said, he can always grow and change.
But Rick said something before that segment. He was when he was in the library, church, wherever he was, talking to the one guy. He said that sometimes he's like in every generation, he's like the one after us or two after us, we're still doing the history. They're still doing their Googles and going backwards.
Yeah,
and listen to the history. He's like, this generation, this new generation, is kind of in the opposite way, where it's not doing that. And he was like, sometimes that's good too. Like you can't have everybody just doing the same thing.
Yeah, no, I don't mean history for like music, like not like history, like kind of like making the same music. I don't mean it by that way.
I'm just talking about history in general. Like sometimes to make something new, you have to not know your history.
Okay.
That's what Rick was trying to say. Like this generation is making brand new stuff that's really is connected but not connected. And sometimes you don't need everything to connect. You need everything to be kind of separate, so it's its own thing, and it can kind of stand out. Because sometimes when you do the same, when you kind of like listen to history, and sometimes when people make music or just the way they move like old moves. You know what I mean, instead of moving like new moves. I don't know. It's like a new game. It's a new chess game. That's what I'm saying. It's a new chess board.
Because as like I watch a lot of news. I'm big into history. That statement has been baked into me. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
that's what I'm trying to say.
Know your history, or you'll be doomed to repeat it.
The baking of the history, you would change the future of.
But then when that's what, and I'm gonna jump on this and jump off because I know this is for the hip hop show, but there may be the reason why there seems to be some alarm in our public discourse these days is because people are seeing things that are very reminiscent to old things, societally and governmentally, and they want to make sure that we don't go back to those things.
But see, the thing is, it's always going to be that way. Sorry, it's been like that. It's been a cycle. We've been in a cycle for like the last 200 years.
But the thing is, like, if you didn't know about those things, it would catch you off guard. You'd be like,
about it. People still doing the same things, man. That's what I'm trying to say. Until someone really breaks the cycle. I've been saying, like, we have people who are aware, and we still have people who aren't aware. We still have people who are unaware of things.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah, you're right. I'll give you that. Because there's always going to be a group of people being like, hey, guys, this type of stuff has been done before, and it ended up badly. And there's going to be like 85% of the population like, nah, we be good.
85%? That's a very interesting number you chose.
Oh, well, I don't know, 92%?
No, 85%.
Oh, hey! Yo, son, we let a kid, son.
You got the 10 with the blood sucking, you know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
But then you got the 5%, you know what I'm saying? And a whoop
piece of and a whoop for you.
To encapsulate that. Nah.
But I love just the look inside of not just the man, but his thought process with music, because he never kind of connected a little bit with what we said. He never tells anybody what music is supposed to be. He lets it be. And I think that's something that we should all learn from, meaning us as creators. Like a lot of people that watch the show, they might make music or they might, be an artist or work on comic books or whatever. Sometimes just let it be. Don't try to decide like, oh, well, like if you're drawing comics, oh, well, I got to make sure it looks like anime. Just let it be. You know what I'm saying? Or if you're a singer, oh, well, I got to make sure I got to have my sound like this.
People have a lot of preconceived notions going into music.
Yeah.
In general.
Instead of just letting it be.
Since about 08, 07, I've been on this subject to change. Everything is subject to change. Nothing is set in stone.
Yeah.
If you set things in stone, it's like it leaves you no wiggle room for nothing. You just a stone. You like Medusa looked at you. You just stone. You really got nothing going on. If you let things kind of like you play out and like let's see where things go. The adventure and the journey is way more interesting that way. Instead of just saying, all right, I need to play all my music in C and then play all my music in G minor and only in G minor. Like it's kind of like corny in a way where it's like it's not creative at all.
Yeah.
I can understand limitations, but you don't want to pre-limit yourself before you even get to the limitations.
Yeah, and
you know what I'm saying?
That's
Like
something like
pre-limit yourself.
Drum is someone who I was like, but after watching the studio session and seeing how he makes his
process
music,
is very important.
I was like, you know what? His process is very similar to what I hear D'Angelo's process is like.
Ooh, D'Angelo.
Like, let's just play. Let's just play.
That's what it always should
and
be.
Let's see what happens.
But
but I understand why why labels be like, bro, we ain't paying no full band a whole day rate for 2-3 months for you to figure it out. But that might be the best way to make music.
That's why garage bands were a thing.
Yeah.
Because you ain't got time, you ain't got to worry about all them.
Yeah,
you already coming to them with the music finished.
Yeah.
And that's the way it always should be.
Yeah.
That's why I like actually speaking of Wu-Tang did the same thing. RZA came to Loud Records with here's the record.
Yeah.
Loud didn't we don't need nothing from you. Here's the record.
Here's the record. It's done.
Oh, it's all
we need distribution. That's it.
Put it out.
Album's done.
Promote it. That's all we need y'all for.
Yeah.
The label should never be
the
label should never be a part of the creative process ever.
Yeah,
because when does the label steer the artist right in terms of creative process? When?
Man,
I'll wait.
Don't get me wrong. Just like in films, there's times when execs have gotten involved in films and it's gone right, but the percentile is low. But we're probably looking at maybe 3 to 5%.
The executive is a creative person.
Yeah,
that's the only way it can work.
So, like I said,
how many executives
single digit
How
percent.
many executives are creative people? That's the question.
Yeah,
they're business minded.
Low.
They got there for a reason. You do the business, we do the creative.
Yeah.
Okay, stay over there. We stay over here. We ain't gonna talk about how the business should run. You run the business.
Yeah.
We run the creative.
You count the money. Well, no, we gonna count the money too. But we know how y'all get down.
Count Black can answer your question about Apple canceling iTunes. I don't know nothing about it. I don't even use iTunes like that. I don't use Apple Music like that. I don't really know nothing about
that. What you're saying, is it that they're canceling iTunes or are they just folding iTunes into Apple Music? Because that's what I was under the impression.
I don't think it's canceling iTunes. But my computer's still working with iTunes, so I don't know.
But yeah, let us know or shoot us some links so we can check out.
Yeah, we need more info on that one.
But I love just the comfort that he brings to the process, and everyone around seems to be better for it. Dude has like I don't know, like a Abbott or something come through, yeah. Dude is serious. He's true to this. Like he really
has a lot of special projects. I think is everything that someone good does up there is a special project, even in their career. Because it's like these ones here. The lady from that was rapping he said stop. Just how about just you rap? Don't rap. Actually, you've been rapping for 20 years. Like how about just not rap? Actually, just speak. Just speak.
Yeah, just speak.
But they were doing an album. The whole album in 45, they're doing the full album live.
Trying to play the whole album live.
Play it straight through, which is crazy. But it's an idea. That's a good idea.
I think that's a great idea.
It's a great idea.
Well, I think it's a great idea depending on the artist. If you're great live, this is a perfect.
That's maybe something he may identify that early on, meeting them. Like, hey, you guys are really good live. Yeah, he ever thought about playing the album straight through? Because come to Shangri-La for that. You know what I mean? It's like boo boo boo.
Yeah, because
here's your special project.
I played Chris the joints that we worked on.
Okay.
And he was like, I like it. Now go rap it like you rap live. And I was like, huh. I was like, okay. And but it's if you have that energy. So like for instance, Nas live, and I got love for Nas, but Nas live as opposed to Busta Rhymes live is two different things.
Oh, you seen Nas live? I've never seen Nas live before.
I've seen him live on video. Like I've never been there. But it's a very it's not that he doesn't have swag on the mic. It's just that he's not running around stage. He's not jumping in the crowd. He's not, trading punches with the DJ, like spitting something, cutting.
He's not Method Man. Method Man is the dude that be jumping in the crowd.
Yeah.
He's throwing water at the crowd. Yeah,
he's throwing water, going crazy.
Yeah, jumping all over the place, jumping on the speakers, jumping into the crowd.
Yeah, and actually jumping off stuff where I'm like, that's an insurance. That's an insurance liability.
I didn't have insurance for all that stuff, man. Because he be doing some crazy stuff. I seen him jump off the speaker he climbed at the top of the speaker when it was like 10 foot speakers and jumping into the crowd. Like what?
Yo,
Are you crazy, man?
You trust people way too much.
But the thing is that shows the
level of
trust
dedication
and trust that he has for the people.
Yeah.
People are like, whoop, sorry, man. Oh man, Method man has to go to the hospital now. Sorry, man.
But yeah, man, like it's just dope the way he approaches each one of them. Now, we're gonna take a pause for the cause real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because we got a couple things to talk about.
We do.
One, don't forget GoFundMe.com/Violator20. That's right. You can go right over there, drop $1 in the bucket. We are heading to Vegas, and it's important for hip hop documentation. You know what I'm saying? This is the 20th anniversary for Violator, the album. They'll be talking about the making of the album, the life of Chris Lighty. We'll be going there to cover that specifically, but also interview other artists and luminaries in the hip hop community. Bring that back. Tons of videos for y'all. We'll all be happy. Just $2 in the bucket. Throw it on in there. Help us out. GoFundMe.com/Violator20. Now, we got a little flex for y'all. You wanna flex first?
First, since you've been talking.
All right, I'll flex.
You missed the flex. Like, you always have to start the flex. I'll start
the flex. This past weekend, I had 2 engagements: San Diego Comic-Con and also AfroCon. I want to give a big shout out to Jade Rogers, who put on AfroCon. I'm super duper excited and stoked to have been on the panel. It was like pretty much just me hanging out with a whole bunch of wonderful people from AfroCon. Loved it. Big shout out to Omaha, Nebraska. Love all y'all. Next time I come out there, it'll be.
Wait, that's where it was? In Omaha, Nebraska?
Yeah, it was in Omaha, Nebraska. I went digitally, but when I go physically, hey, what? We all going to Popeyes. Now, on the San Diego Comic-Con, big shout out to Jason Reeves, Hannibal Taboo, Keith and Jones, the whole Afrofuturist Lounge, Andre Owens. A big shout out to Fanbase Press, a whole bunch of cool cats that would love to just be on the show. Got a chance to be on the show because I'm doing drops for my channel. So big shout out to Kwanzaa Osajafo, Dedrin Sneed with comic books like Black or Sorghum and Spear or Kit Carver's. Big shout out to all of them. Also this weekend, I will be at the Belize Film Commission covering just a film unlike any other, and I'll keep it on the low, but I'm gonna have a special video from the Belize Film Commission. Super dope. Shouts out to Belize. Shouts out to all my Belizeans of Belize. I'm screwing it up, and I apologize. But everybody from Belize. Shout out to all y'all.
You want one extra.
Habitual line stuff.
Step it back.
But everybody from Belize, shouts out to y'all because it's an honor to be just invited by the Film Commission because it's a country that is putting forth some dope film and cinematics that I think people should be definitely checking out. And with that said, big shout out to Chris Pack. Big shout out to Gendy Tartakovsky for Primal, the animated series coming to Cartoon Network. Got a chance to chop it up and watch that. There's tons of stuff that I got coming soon.
Yeah,
but
this is not a regular flex. This is a super flex. Maybe I should have went first
because the con is the conventions. Tons of stuff happens. But that's all we have for now. Now to the left,
I ain't got nothing going on.
A brand new flex.
Brand new flex? What? What's talking about? That's my radio?
Not only that, you producing a brand new show.
Oh yeah, that thing, that little thing I'm doing. Oh yeah, so yeah, right now, Def Eye Radio. That's Def Eye EYE Radio. DEFEYE. Go to that right now. Follow them on Instagram.
Yep. Friday,
premiering the show. Where I was on there doing some beats and stuff, playing beats for y'all. And I had a little interview with me there. Shout out to SP, shout out to V Love, shout out to Frankie D, shout out to Jason Ulysses, shout out to Queen Divine, shout out to everybody else who was in the room. There's a bunch of people in the room. I don't remember. Shout out to Asia One, the B-Girl Summit, the B-Boy Summit. Yeah, shout out to them and the whole crew. So that'll be airing this Friday, I believe at 10 or 11. But if you follow them on IG, you know when it's
You'll
premiere.
know.
But it's on Dash Radio, so you can go check it out there too. Dash Radio.
Yes.
That's dashradio.com. I think that's what the website is. But yeah, boom, boom, boom. Other than that, I'm doing my own show. I'm shooting every Monday.
Yes.
So this Monday, check me out. This will be the first episode. Last week was a test run, episode 0. We just sitting here for about half hour. Tight show. We be creating right on the fly. With an old idea and then bringing it to the new idea. So there's a familiar of the old idea and the fresh of the new idea. So it's F&F, Fresh and Familiar, Volume 3, live from the Space Bridge.
Yes.
Check that out. On
Monday
IG,
nights.
I'm going to make it a little later because I had to black out the windows because 8 o'clock and the sun was still out. So I might have to make it like either 8:30 or 9. Just follow me on Arckatron. Arckatron, you know how to spell Arckatron on IG.
Links down below,
and you can find what time I'm gonna premiere the show. All right, so it'll be the first episode. So, so I got all the kinks out last week. We had to go full-fledged this time. All right?
A fun show too. A fun show.
Yeah,
fun.
And it was good because
show.
people came in, so I got to interact with people. Because if I can't interact with nobody, it's a weird kind of show. It's like I'm doing the show by myself. So with y'all there with me, I get a little crack a little joke, say, hey, what's up with y'all? But it's gonna be real quick, 30 minutes. There ain't gonna be no hour, and I ain't got time for that. Plus, y'all ain't got time for that either. I understand.
Oh, I ain't got no time for that.
Nah,
man. But that's dope. And tomorrow I will be on Jedi Council on Collider. This last flex of the piece of the flex.
It's the Collider over
so
here.
I'll be on Collider tomorrow. Big shout out to Christian Harloff, Ken Knapsack, Wendy Lee. Much love to all y'all. Big shout out to Mark Ellis, who I saw at San Diego Comic-Con. Jay Washington. Shout out to Blurred and Bougie. I didn't get to make the event, but I got invited. So shout out to all you guys.
This man is dropping names from planes.
Look, I'm just saying, look. Big shout out to
package.
The Blurred Girl, Angelique Roche, Sci-Fi Wire, all you guys. Big shout out to y'all. But tomorrow, if you want to see me on Collider talking Star Wars like a player do, it's gonna be fun. I love you, Gordon. So now, with the flex done, we done finished the flex. Now I want to give a big shout out to our sponsors. Don't forget to check out Ghost Weed. It's the immediate high that you need. It's amazing. You'll never ever get higher. Then also don't forget Marijuana Helper. If you can't get that Ghost Weed, Marijuana Helper.
And also WKYA.
Yes, WKYA.
Your behind.
That's right. WKYA Radio has been helping us out for a long time. We love being syndicated on all those channels. Yeah. So it's amazing.
And shout out to Big D, Big Dell from the Natty.
Oh yeah, Big Dell from the Natty. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it is.
And you know
I'm getting a shout out to my kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to your kids, man.
Also, big shout out to Dave from New York.
Dave from New York,
yeah,
too.
Dave from New York. Yeah,
man,
big shout out.
He feel hip hop is garbage right now.
Yeah,
man.
garbage.
Garbage.
You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to all y'all. So back to this documentary. The thing that I think is most important now with Showtime is that they're finding a little niche for hip hop type stuff.
No, they are. They're getting the groove on. They got to get the groove on. No, I'm serious. These last 2 documentaries that we've done on the show, I mean, spectacular. Like I'm in tears over here. The one got me in tears. This one got me in tears for different reasons. Because of Mac Miller's on it, whatever, and to see like his growth or whatever at the time, man.
And then also seeing what really got me with Mac Miller in this documentary is just to see how excited he was.
Yeah,
he was like really excited for life, and that's it just it kind of gets you because how excited he was, and then of course.
And we never get to see where he was gonna fully go. You know what I'm saying? And he was growing. Like you could tell, it was like this growth. The music was growing. He was growing, and like it's just sad. It's just sad. It's sad when you see someone that young, just gone so soon. Yeah. When they say gone too soon, this is gone too soon.
And then there's still a lot of poisonous people here, so that's kind of whack. But I ain't trying to put nothing on. But
Zimmerman. Zimmerman.
Excuse me. But anyway,
Chump. Chump.
But when you have a channel like this that's doing, because they also did the documentary with Stretch and Bobbito.
Oh, they did that.
So
I gotta watch that. You have it?
Yeah, man, I love it. I love that documentary.
Send it to me.
Yeah, so
I gotta watch that.
Yeah,
I'm a fan of them. I'm a fan of their history.
That joint took me back.
I listened to remember Juan Epstein? It was Peter Rosenberg's and Cypher Sound's podcast.
Oh, word?
They were on there. Stretch and Bobbito were on there.
Wow.
So I actually listened to the podcast. I was very intrigued because they were talking about all kinds of stuff that I had no clue about.
I have to get that.
And it kind of fills in the blank of the history that was missing for me. Okay. A lot of history I just didn't know about. And they have a lot of history. They're very important to hip hop.
Yeah,
super important.
Man, if it wasn't for Stretch and Bob, there would be so many artists that like we didn't.
But Stretch and Bob is the equivalent of the Wake Up Show.
Yeah, Wake Up Show. So like you have Stretch and Bob East and Wake Up Show West.
West, yeah, like very, very integral and very important.
Yeah. A lot of broke a lot of artists and really helped foster their talent and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Gave them an opportunity to speak. Yeah. Which is why I try to give them the platform.
Give them the platform.
Yeah,
because a lot of people don't have platforms.
Yep.
If they give you a platform, and you're ready to go, out of here. A lot of artists came through there on both sides, on both coasts. Very important to the hip hop community, all the hip hop community, mainstream and underground, and everything in between. Yeah, all the hip hop community, not just one community. All of it. It's like totality.
Stretch and Bob did a lot. For the community.
Yeah, so I got to see that.
Yeah.
So, okay, that Showtime did that too. Okay, yeah, Showtime's 3 for 3 right now.
Yeah, they're 3 for 3, and it's
fire.
I'm definitely ready to be like, so what else y'all got? Because Showtime is quietly putting out some very important documentaries. You know what I'm saying? But back to this particular documentary. If you haven't seen it, and you like anything that we've brought up, it's worth your time. It really is, especially if you're a creative, whether you're a painter, artist,
musician. You see this right here? This is what he's dropping. Gems. There's gems in my hand.
All over.
There's gems in my hand that Rick Rubin is dropping, and everyone's dropping. Actually, everyone has like crazy insight to the creative process and like kind of just finding that magic. And magic comes up a lot. And we didn't even talk about the wrestling part.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
But Rick Rubin, avid fan of old school wrestling, and even wrestling now, because even Triple H shows up in this too.
Yeah.
Avid wrestling fan, because he feels like there's a world there that the wrestling world is very creative too, because it's fake. We all know it's fake, but how they make the storyline go and how it just keeps you engaged and just it's like a soap opera, like a modern day soap opera.
Yeah.
Like right in front of you, and then they're wrestling, and they have to do these moves, intricate moves. That's not just like, oh, we're just gonna tackle you. Like, no, it has to be coordinated because someone can really get hurt.
Yeah,
and I respect.
Well, people have really.
People have really hurt. But I'm saying, a amount of people have been wrestling. It could be way more injuries if they weren't coordinated.
Way worse.
If they were just winging it, people be hurt all over the place.
Yeah,
but I feel like I used to watch wrestling when I was younger. Ultimate Warrior days with Kamala when he gave him the something, he was spitting up green stuff, whatever. It was crazy. I was like, why is he spitting up that green stuff? Like, what's going on here? Is he gonna die? So it made you invested like way more than like if you know it's fake, it's still like
see, this is how good wrestling was. I thought it was real the whole time. When I found out it was fake, it broke my heart.
It was like Santa Claus,
and I never turned back.
Was it like Santa Claus?
Yeah,
or the Tooth Fairy.
It was even worse.
Okay.
Like I believed, like
you believed it.
Like
I don't know. I don't know if I did.
Bought into it. I believed it.
I don't think I did because my brother and my dad still watch it to this day. But I don't think I believe. I don't think I bought in because, when I was young, I'm still skeptical. I'm always skeptical. Even when I was young, I was skeptical. So I was like, it's cool and all, but is it real? In my head, because I was raised to think for myself and think critically about everything I'm seeing and don't believe everything you see. So I was thinking that way when I was younger too. So I was a little more mature, I guess, in that kind of way. But
because they were selling it for me.
I know even when I knew it was fake, it wasn't as devastating because I kind of suspected that it was fake. Because like if people were doing this stuff, these people would be hurt way more than this.
Yo, man, that joint broke my heart, son.
Yeah. So I think the rest and then the way he relates that to his creative process and how he approaches everything is very interesting because something I never even thought about wrestling like that. Never thought about it. So, but again, like that's the crux.
But there is a big showmanship part of it.
Yeah, the showmanship too, because you see him when Rick Rubin was young. He was like, yeah, when he was talking about
Beastie Boys,
talking about Beastie Boys, he was like the Ric Flair, you know what I'm saying? Or he was like the real boisterous, like, yeah, they're the best in the world. They're the most.
You haven't heard anything.
They're the most important group you ever heard, and he was about that because not saying he was faking it, but he really believed in it to the point where like he made other people believe in it as well. To the point where the impact was more than just there's these white dudes that rapping. Like no, their impact was like, very felt in hip hop. Like they are part of hip hop. Even
with that storyline, him recounting moments is something that's very important in this too, where he recounts the whole fight for your right to party.
Yeah. Oh yeah, to be him in the dorm and everything. IG family, we about to close up.
IG fan, we almost gone.
We had a couple people come through at the end. What up, Hetty?
Yeah.
Hetty's in the building. Hetty Furs in the building. Dope producer. So we got to close up shop in about a minute.
Yeah, so about a minute and a half. So we'll come back over there.
It's dope how he like merged those two worlds, like in the magic too, like him doing magic. He said he was shy, but he felt magic was so important that he didn't care that he was shy. He would still play the kids, even though he was super shy. So because he was insulated, his whole life was insulated, was parents or whatever. So it's just very interesting, like to see like his growth and his pivot, because he's like, I hated these studios. Smell like cigarette all day. I never got to see outside for 20 years. Like it's time for me to kind of see outside and live in a world where I can just be free, free of this world and still be able to create in a new world.
And then like even in this interview that's up on the screen now, like this lady's interviewing him, but he's on the bed like laying down, like he's about to go to sleep.
Yeah. This was like early interview. This is like when he first left Def Jam and stuff like that.
Yeah,
he just was a very interesting dude, like a very interesting dude to interview, and like his insight was just different from most people's thought process. Like, oh, we don't think like that, but like, but we want to think like him,
and it at first it kind of captures you. Like I said in the beginning, you kind of feel like it's fake, and then you see the more you watch it, you're like, no, this guy is really about this. This is his passion. This is what he's going for, and I love it, man. This is a great documentary. It's definitely worth your time.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Happy New Year! Oh no, okay, bye.
So IG's gone. But yeah, I definitely recommend this documentary for anyone who is a creative at all.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I definitely recommend. Yeah, if you're a creative person, even if you're not a creative person, I think this might make you a creative person. I'm serious. Like it's like that. It touches your creative soul. Everyone can be creative if they want to be. It's a matter of just being comfortable in your own skin. And I think that's what he does when he brings people there. They get very comfortable in their own skin. And when you're comfortable, the negativity is gone.
Yep.
You're not thinking about that kind of stuff.
And they talked about negativity being the opposite of creativity.
I believe that because when I'm down and out, I'm not creating nothing. I can't make nothing. My brain ain't thinking like music. It's like, all right, why am I mad? Why am I upset? Let me fix this so I can create music again. And when I'm fine and when I'm clicking, I ain't thinking about none of that negative stuff. Nothing really affect me. I'm like, I'm like Tony Stark with mad armor on. You can't touch me on this one. You know
word up.
Just hopefully Magneto ain't around because I'm dead if he's around.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why I had to, spoilers. That's why they had to kill off him to bring in Magneto if they're gonna bring him into the world. Because if Magneto was around, Iron Man ain't nobody.
It would have to be made out of like a polyurethane armor or something. I don't know.
Well, he'll make the superior armor, which is like nanotech, which nanotech is not metal.
But guys, that's it. It's amazing. It's spiritual, and I think this is important and necessary to watch.
Inspirational, important. It's very important.
Yeah,
I would like to meet Rick Rubin, even if it's not there in Shangri-La. If it's there, it's even better. I would like to. I would like to just bring my NPC.
Yep.
That's it. I'll use the NPC. I'll bring that to Shangri-La. That's it. That's what I want to do. That's my lifelong goal now. I want to get there. Oh yeah, Al Sharpton. Yeah. The retiring, the funeral of death.
The funeral of the word death.
That is ridiculous.
That was ridiculous.
That was ridiculous. That was super ridiculous.
They brought Al Sharpton.
Al Sharpton. Big Al too. Big Al before you got skinny. Big Al. Yeah. Oh, I think those talks with Flea was very important too.
Yeah.
He had a lot of good,
about his energy and how it was erratic and how he had to focus it and everything.
Yeah. Right? I mean, it's a lot of gems being dropped in here, a lot of jewels, a lot of like insight, a lot of
about pause tapes with
Chuck D. Yeah.
Man, there's a lot.
And how that song came about, the Public Enemy #1. That song,
and
the JB and the man. And he just pause taped it.
Yeah.
And it had a Flavor Flav talking in the beginning and at the end.
Yeah.
And there you have Public Enemy right there.
Yep.
In a nutshell.
Yeah.
But he turned him down for 2 years. He was like, I turned Def Jam down for 2 years. I wanted to be a radio DJ. I wanted to be the guy at the radio station, just playing records and stuff like that. Yeah. Why do you want me to make records? Why? Ain't that something? Ugh.
Thank God.
It was good to see LL Cool J too. That was cool to see him. It would have been nice to see somebody from Run DMC too. Even though I ain't afraid of the Run part of DMC, but we gonna talk about that later. I got my issues with Reverend Run.
Yeah, Reverend Run is
Reverend Run. I my issues.
Yeah, don't get me started.
But it was cool to see him shout out everybody, even Jam Master Jay and all the people that passed away. Which some of them I didn't forget that they passed away, but it's like, man, there's a lot of people passed away that he's worked with.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, and then the culmination with Mac was the most recent one.
Yeah, the joint was
sad.
Yeah, it was touching. But yeah, guys, with that said, check it out. Before we bounce, to my left, Arckatron.
Me? Oh yeah. Oh, you can find me, everybody, at ARCKATRON.com. Anywhere, and you also can find Arckatron anywhere on any platform. Mostly I'll be on IG. Follow me on IG. You're gonna see me quoting and everything and do all kind of crazy stuff and everything that's going on in my world. All right,
my world.
What's your stuff, man? What's your stuff?
NERDSoul, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music. Holla at me.
Yep.
You need podcasts? I got you. Music? I got you. Videos? I got you. Subscribe. Share this out to your folks. You know what I'm saying? Help NERDSoul build so I can do some more for the community. That's right, community of creators, artists and stuff that I put on the show, give shine to, and then we can also do more shows like this as well. Big shout out to, go ahead.
I said, are we forgetting something?
No, we're not. I did want to announce I'm going to cover the season finale of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in some way, shape, or form.
Right. Maybe you watched that?
Yeah.
I watched that.
Word? You want to?
Yeah, I've been watching it.
You want to do that?
Watch this at the beginning. Yeah, we can do that.
Want to do it this weekend?
Fine.
Do it. All right. Well, there you go.
It's because it's the last episode, right? On Friday?
Yeah, the last episode is Friday.
Okay. Yeah, okay, cool.
There you go.
No, I'm Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. since the beginning. I watched it since the beginning.
All right, then we can.
Yeah. I thought
there you go. Oh yeah, we did talk about it, but so we good. Yep, there it is. So guys, straight up and down, like 6 o'clock. Straight up and down, like 12:30.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, guys, thank you for checking this out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, thank you for checking this out.
yeah. Thank y'all.
Check out Showtime. Big shout out to Rick Rubin. Invite us up to Shangri-La because we love to come there.
Maybe go to documents.
Oh,
too, man.
Real quick before we bounce, tell them the Wu-Tang thing.
Oh,
yeah.
Last thing.
Big
thing. Now, I remember before I was like, yeah, I don't see Wu ever getting back together. After watching, I think if Wu-Tang, 9 members, can get to Shangri-La and work with Rick Rubin, or not even Rick don't even have to be around. It just the energy of that place is the perfect energy. I think they can get that negativity out of their system and just work on music and be friends and have fun again. Because it sounds like the music is just depressing to me, and it comes through the music. It's not
and I think Rick would be a good person for RZA to talk to, for maybe because, like I said, if we can get RZA to level with everybody and be like, you know what? I know we had a lot of good times.
Maybe RZA's been up there. Maybe he need to go up there more often. Then I think RZA has been to Shangri-La. He has to be, right?
I think they should go. They should all go.
Yeah, maybe RZA should make the trip first and take that information.
Exercise the demons.
Yeah, and then bring Wu up there.
Yeah,
I think that's a perfect place for Wu-Tang. Because in the documentary he talked about Johnny Cash working with. He's like, how about I work with an older artist?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the music's kind of sliding off a little bit, and see if we can kind of
reinvigorate
him. And I think Rick Rubin right now, Wu-Tang, bring Wu-Tang to Shangri-La. Shaolin meets Shangri-La. It'd be dope. I feel that will be the only way I would accept them putting out new music.
All right. Well, you heard it here first. So shout out to RZA who watches the show. Shout out to Rick Rubin who watches the show, and of course the Jizza, Old Dirty Bat. Well,
and shout out to everybody who came out IG or YouTube. Yeah, Hetty Fur. We had Haas. We had my man Mike from VA. Crazy engineer out there. We had Hetty Fur. That's Hetty Fur. Twice. We had we had a bunch.
Ephraim Guzman on this side.
Oh man,
we had V Love. I know that.
We had other people, whatever.
Big shout out to V Love and Alan Lewis and I'm trying to think of other people. Thomas D. Oh yeah.
Mr. Black Smoke. No, that's what's his name? What's his name? Black something?
I don't know. Mr. Black Culture.
Mr. Black Culture. Yeah.
We love you, God. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang.
Woo. Yang. Woo.
Oh, Santana too. That was ill too. Santana's part was too ill too.
Oh yeah.
With his wife, Sydney.
Yeah,
that was cool. That was dope too. And the African lady,
that was
dope too.
Guys, watch the documentary. It's dope.
Do that.
Peace.
That. Say what? Do that.
Yeah. What?
That. Say what?
What?
That. Say what?
Yeah.